Hey there, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to Big White Seth's review of BioWare's latest release, the dark fantasy epic, Dragon Age Origins.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world.
Now, for those of you out there who don't keep up with gaming companies, BioWare is the division of Electronic Arts that created games like Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, and the Baldur's Gate series. And if you have any remote interest in those games, Dragon Age will definitely not fail to entertain you. From the very beginning, Dragon Age, which was released for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 3, is all about choice. Depending on which combination of the three races and the three classes that you pick, you'll be given the choice of 6 different starting storylines that throw you into a biography of sorts for your main character. The purpose of this prologue is to give you the necessary backstory to understand what's happening in the country of Ferelden, where Dragon Age takes place. So after you finish the prologue, which is worth playing on all 6 storylines, you're thrown into a world of turmoil and war, bad things happening to good people, good things happening to bad people, political intrigue, decapitations, and giant flesh-eating monsters trying to murder you with sharp, pointy things. The outcome of the prologue forces you to become a Grey Warden, a protector of the world against the Darkspawn, which are the bad guys. The central storyline takes you through all of the things that I mentioned before in an effort to bring the country together for one final confrontation to save mankind. While it sounds like a cookie-cutter story, it's anything but. It's worth noting that in the beginning of the game, some choices are clear-cut, good or bad, yes or no. But as the game progresses, everything starts to melt into a large gray pile of muck, kind of like food you would get from a prison cafeteria, except with more blood and gore, and about the same amount of prostitution.
Talk of a tree of the people.
Many of the choices that you make throughout the game will directly affect the storyline, the people you stand behind as leaders, the decisions to let people live. These choices will even affect your party members' approval of you. If your approval rating with a member gets too low, they may decide to leave. Or if you manage to reach a high approval rating through the gift system that allows you to give items you find in-game in exchange for approval increase, this could happen. Yeah, they're definitely getting it on. This is kind of awkward. I wonder if he brought a condom.
Hello.
Slut. The history of the game world is well fleshed out, and the people at BioWare have included all sorts of tidbits of history throughout the game in the form of dialogue, cutscenes, and collectible items called codexes that give you an in-depth look at the world you're playing in. If you're a true gamer geek like me, you can literally spend hours reading up on the history of most things in the game. Immersion plays a key role in the fun factor of Dragon Age. Now, as far as combat goes, while you can point and click, hack and slash, and pray for a good outcome, Dragon Age does provide a very in-depth strategy system. You can pause the game at any time during a battle and control each party member's actions. In addition to being able to control each character, you also have the option to customize the AI script using tactics slots in the game, meaning you can assign typical roles of healer, ranged caster, and so on, based on what kind of enemy you're fighting, how low your health is, and things of that nature. The addition of friendly fire in this game does add a sense of reality, so if you're used to playing on high difficulty and you don't pause and plan your actions in a large battle, in this game, this will happen.
Ow! My bruises are all bruised now.
And this. And this. Okay, well, you get the point. There are very few negative things that I can say about Dragon Age. The graphics do seem a bit last generation, but the upside is if you're a PC gamer, you can still run on a setup that's a few years old. Just be prepared for long-ass loading times. Also, as you're playing, be prepared to go back to a merchant often, as your inventory space runs out pretty quickly. The in-game solution of having merchants sell backpacks to increase what you can carry does help somewhat, but having to sell every half hour does get old fast. Also, is it just me, or do people seem a little bit too nonchalant about engaging in dialogue with a guy covered from head to toe in blood?
Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
Oh, don't worry, I'm perfectly harmless. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say perfectly harmless? I meant I'll stab you for no reason. All in all, despite the few negative aspects, Dragon Age Origins is a definite buy. It'll give you many hours of entertainment and an excuse to park your ass in your chair for a week. Now, you'll have to excuse me, I've got some things I need to take care of.